Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc., the channel all about bringing you as much nerdy content as possible. Today for you, we're back in Dragon Village M, and we are doing a dragon review video. I know it's been a little bit, so I'm a little bit rusty, but don't worry, we still got this. This is the brand new dragon, Gaian. So, looks pretty cool. Very, very reminiscent of Power Dragon, but just looks cooler. I mean, just in general, a lot more detail. Power Dragon's an old dragon, so it's definitely they've definitely improved their artistic skills and animations and stuff since then. So definitely explains why it looks cooler. But yeah, let's get into this and see what this dragon's got for us. As always, if you're new to the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I do dragon review videos every time there's a new dragon, as well as when we're in a lull, I try to get some other extra dragon review videos out there of some other dragons that I think are pretty important to the game and that you should definitely know about. Alright, I also want to thank my Patreons. Without you guys, this video wouldn't even be here, so you guys are awesome. If you want to become a Patreon member, I'll have a link in the description below for that. You can click it, get access to my private Discord server, chat it up with me if you need help. I'm right there. I can reply to you, within 30 minutes or so. So pretty fast. Unlike my YouTube where I'm getting to like 5 days out on replying to people. It's getting kind of bad. Just more comments and it's harder to keep up on there. But Patreon, though, pretty much instantly. But yeah, let's get into this. So he's a defense type, so he's a tank. Looks like we got the dark, water, and earth, who for some reason is white. Interesting. White and red. Yeah, definitely the adult version is the best looking by far. So, and as you can see, I've unlocked the water one. If you haven't seen yet, my rate up summon for January is for the water one, and clearly I might have been successful. Alright, flavor text. Gaian is a guardian of Numa? I almost said pneumonia. Is a guardian of pneumonia, a fantasy land of noble souls that's sung about by bards. He is known to be a fantasy creature, and no one has ever seen him in real life. A fantasy creature. No kidding. A game about dragons, and this is the only fantasy creature. Whatever. You know what? I'm not here to write flavor text. I'm here to review this guy. Alright, so water one is the rate up one, so we're going to kind of stick to that one as the primary target for this. But, of course, we'll be reviewing the other ones. So leadership. Pretty standard stuff here. He's a tank. He's going to give either defense or HP up. So this one, as a tank, usually it's going to be defense. Healers is usually HP. That's just kind of how it goes. So 35%, nothing special there. Nothing to write home about. Alright, drag skill. So it's a 3-target, pretty standard stuff. Circular attack. Explode huge rocks to inflict damage with 60% chance to silence targets for 5 seconds. Earth type, same thing. Dark type, same thing. Silence is huge, especially right now. All those teams running Tropheus. A silence on Tropheus could be a dead team instantly. Having this on a tank is pretty cool. It is a 2-mana cost, so very easily fits in with your teams that run 2-mana cost attackers that have something like a Cupid or something like that that's going to trigger that 2-mana cost right there. So that's super cool. Silence in this game, like I said, very, very important. First passive here. Each time you are attacked 10 times, recover the HP of an ally whose HP is very low by 6%, except your own. Except your own. I hate that. I hate that. Mainly because every time you're attacked 10 times. So you got to put this guy up front, right? To trigger this, he needs to be the front person. He's going to be triggering it a lot, sure, 6%. Not bad. you know, pretty standard. Accept your own. That's even worse because, as we're going to see, he absorbs damage for other dragons. And so he's going to be going down super fast, and for him not to be able to get his own health back up, that's a bummer. Let's look at the other ones here. Accept your own, accept your own. So they're all three the same. You're definitely going to need a really good healer that's going to be able to get this guy back up. Preferably a healer that has a passive ability that heals the dragon with the lowest health, because I've got a feeling it's going to be this guy. So without having to use the drag skill, it's like a single target heal. Like Light Lady has one where every 10 seconds or so she heals up a dragon by like 40% of their health or something. So something like that would be a good combination with this guy. And so speaking of that, for the next passive here, every set duration take damage in place of 2 allies with very low HP for 10 seconds. Damage received during this period is decreased by 35%. And we can increase that cooldown by 5 seconds. So you're going to have a 5-second period where you're not absorbing health. So this is just like Trophius and Power Dragon, particularly Power Dragon, because you're going to be able to take that damage in place of 2 allies. So like Trophius, but a bit better because you get a whole extra person to protect. So I definitely like that. But again, in combination with that other passive, that's a lot of damage he's about to start taking for people. And again, the skill is the same for all 3 of these guys, so they're all identical. So far, that's pretty good. That it doesn't matter which element you're getting, they're all going to be just as good. But let's compare that last passive just to make sure. And then this is what's awesome. So every set duration recover 8 HP, 8% HP. It doesn't trigger quite as fast as this one does every 10 times you're attacked, especially if he's out front. All those basic attacks, drag skills, they all trigger it. Especially drag skills that hit multiple times will cause that to go off. So this isn't going to trigger nearly as often, but it is nice that it's included, right? So this guy is very similar, like I'm saying, to Power Dragon, straight up, but we're kind of not done. There's another ability in here that on one of these guys that's going to be kind of crazy. So we got to resurrect 50% HP. That's pretty cool. 100% chance to resurrect from death. You're going to need it because you're not healing yourself over here. At least the water one heals itself, right? So this is where it gets totally debatable on which one of these guys is the best because of stuff like this. This guy coming back at 50% is nice. This guy, because you know you're going to trigger that every time. You know you're going to get your use out of this, is this guy coming back with 50% health. So the question is, can you get 50% of health before the battle is over or before you die, right? So let's just say you're alive for 60 seconds, right? Sometimes a lot of battles don't last that long, especially if you're the front guy taking all these hits. So you're taking all these hits for yourself for being the front guy as well as 2 people behind you. So you're going to go down fast. So you're going to need a lot of HP back fast. So let's be generous here. I'm going to say 60, let's say 50 seconds. Okay, easier math. So 8% every 10 seconds. So we're going to trigger this 5 times. That's 40% health you're going to get back if you last 50 seconds. So, I mean, a full minute, that's 48% health you're going to get back. That's almost enough to be on par with the Earth one here. However, that's if you last that 60 seconds. If you last longer than that, water becomes better. If you don't make it to that point and you die before that, Earth is better. Okay? That's just kind of how I break it down and how I see it. But let's look at this last one here. Dark type. All allies become invulnerable for 10 seconds when one ally's HP is below 20% health. Target count of 5. This is your whole team. PvP, whatever content you're doing. All of them become that. So remember how my old argument for Trophius was run AoE attackers, right? Trophius can only protect one with invuln state. So you're going to be able to kill off another one or another 1 or 2, especially if you're running a team like mine where I'm running 2 triple mana 5 point attackers. So I'm killing 3-4 other allies while that Trophius protects 1 person, or at least 3, because Trophius is going to protect himself too because he has a built-in one. This guy though, and for 10 seconds stops that. So you cannot one-shot a team with this guy. That is huge. You're going to blow a lot on taking out a team instantly, and this guy's just going to say no. That whole strategy is out the window with this one dragon. However, there is a huge drawback to this. This cooldown is 80 seconds. That's nearly a minute and a half where you can't trigger this again. You get 1 shot to protect your whole team from a massive AoE, and then you've got, a few seconds before they build up enough mana to trigger another AoE or whatever. They're going to get their drag skill back, basically. Even if they're running 1 DPS, they're going to get that trigger, at least 2 more times before you get this skill off a cooldown. Are you going to be able to finish them off before that? I don't know. I don't see it happening. This is huge. This is crazy. 10 seconds. I mean, that's a long time of not taking damage. You can do a lot of work in 10 seconds with not taking damage for your team. Kill someone, heal back up to full health, whatever. Pretty awesome stuff. But again, that cooldown is massive. You're going to get 1 use out of this. I don't see this being able to trigger twice in 1 PvP combat session. I don't see it. 160 seconds, it's possible, but very slim. Because you're not going to trigger it right at the beginning, right? So that's what makes this dragon kind of like food for thought. The silence on the drag skill is amazing. You definitely can't complain about that. Silence in this game right now, like I said, is huge. Everything else, though, is just kind of, this is just Power Dragon. That's all this guy is just basically Power Dragon. Nothing fancy about it. Just that you have a skill that's a little less useless. You're not going to do any damage with this thing, but 60% chance to silence isn't bad. So, especially when you're hitting 3 people, one of them's getting silenced. Just mathematically, one of them should get silenced. And then but it's that last passive there that's kind of, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Definitely, I want to get some conversation going in the comments below. Let me know what are you guys thinking. There's some really knowledgeable people that follow this channel. I would like you guys definitely to put your thoughts below on which one of these you think is the best. Like I said, mathematically, it's just how long the match goes to determine which one of these guys is better. And then this is super interesting. I wish it was the rate up, because this is the one that I'm just not sure about. It could be a game changer. It might not be. It might just fall flat just because of that massive cooldown. Trophius is every 5 seconds that it triggers its invuln. Like I said, though, against AoEs, Trophius just doesn't work that well. You go against single target attacker teams, oh yeah, Trophius will win every time just because of that. This guy, though, he definitely puts a check on those teams. So teams that aren't running big AoE attackers might be kind of the way to go. Like I was talking about in my egg hatching or in my rate up video, my PvP team is changing because just the meta shift. It just doesn't work out anymore. So I don't know if this guy's going to be the way of the future or not. Definitely recommend trying to get your hands on one. Rate Up has one right now. Just something to kind of keep in your pocket. I wouldn't farm it. You could farm it up, I guess, if you want, but I wouldn't invest a whole lot of mastery or enhancements into it just yet. But definitely a good utility dragon to keep in your pocket, just to see how the meta shifts and maybe someone finds a way to break this guy and make him really good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it. It helps me out a ton when you guys like the videos, as well as subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. If you made it this far, then you're probably pretty into this game, and this is definitely the channel for you, so definitely subscribe. I definitely just recommend it. Not even just trying to help myself, but something like this is definitely just useful to have. Alright guys, well, I'll see you next time.